Hello, everyone. I'm Opie Clint. Welcome to Late Night Meditation. As always, it's great to be here online with all of you, whether you're watching from Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. So, hello again, everyone. Hello, Mom and Dad. Hello, Linda, Goopgeek, K-Noon, and iPhone. Thanks for joining here on Zoom, as well as everyone on YouTube. Lisa, Julie, Ellen, Ivy, Hagzo. Thanks for joining in. And of course, everyone watching on Facebook and Twitch. As always, it's great to be here with you all, getting another opportunity to unwind, relax, and find some peace together. As we all know, to find that peace is not by forcing or pushing in any way. It's to take that time to slow down, not force, not push, not even search. Simply allow ourselves to be here and now. Hello, Gunyan. Thanks for joining on Facebook. So, as always, for Fridays, today is our longer silence meditation session. So it's our level 4, as Fridays are always level 4, an opportunity for us to come back together and go in nice and deep, or at least have more time in silence, as silence is actually a very good way to practice. You don't have to do it like that all the time, but it's good to have it once in a while to make sure that you get that chance to go in deeper, or have that opportunity to go in deeper. Why I say that is because when you're in more silence, you're with yourself more, allowing yourself to see what is your struggle, what is your challenge, and then be able to, little by little, overcome it and go in deeper. So, as we practice together, remember always take your time, don't force, don't push. As whether you're brand new to meditation or you've been meditating for years, still take your time. So, is everyone ready for some meditation? Okay, then let's get into our perfect position, as I like to call it, because it's perfect for you. And when you're ready, gently close your eyes. Take in a deep breath. Breathe in the cool, calm, relaxing air. And breathe out all your worries, thoughts, and responsibilities. Just let it all go. Forget about it for the time that we are meditating. Just breathe in, breathe out. Let each breath of fresh air help you become more relaxed, more comfortable. As we know, relaxation is a very important first step. So allow yourself to really relax. Take it easy. You don't need to force. You don't need to push. Take your time. It's important to slow down. Take it easy. As most of us on Fridays are regular meditators. As when we practice more and more, you start to realize how much you like the silence, allowing us to go in deeper. But just because we know we can go in deeper, still doesn't mean to rush or force. So take your time, relax your body, relax your mind, just letting our mind stay still and calm, staying with your meditation object or image, floating at your center or wherever it feels comfortable right now. As we know, the center is in the middle of your abdomen, 2 finger widths above navel level. But there's no need to force yourself to be here. You don't have to search, trying to find the exact location. Just know it's here. That's good enough. We know that in practice, our mind likes to wander. It won't be very still right away. So just take your time. Always go back to the basics. Relax your body. Relax your mind. Or another way to say it, let it go. Then let it be. Let go of all your discomforts, both physically and mentally. And once we're let go of everything, or as much as we can, we allow ourselves to be, to experience, not expect. Relax your body, relax your mind. Son mo Arhan Son mo Son mo Arhan. And now let us continue in silence, letting your mind be calm, clear, and peaceful. Now, let us begin spreading loving kindness. Spreading loving kindness is like spreading out your heart, sending out good intentions to all beings. So let us visualize our object as we have been doing, and imagine that your object becomes crystal clear, clean, and bright. And at the center of your object, there is a bright light. This light is very special. All those who touch this light are instantly happier, healthier, and more at peace. So we let this light illuminate our body, filling our body with light. And let this light shine out from you, filling the room. And let this light spread far and wide, filling the city and the surrounding city. Filling the state or province and the surrounding states or provinces. Filling the country and the surrounding country until filling the entire world and now throughout the universe. Thinking of our loved ones, our family, our friends, our close and distant relatives, our co-workers, acquaintances, all the people you know, and all the people you don't know. To all sentient beings, all the animals in this world, and even thinking to the heavens, to our friends and relatives who have passed away, wishing well for every one of them. And as we are spreading loving kindness, let us make this wish together. For us all to be happy, healthy, wealthy, successful, to gain wisdom, attain enlightenment, for world peace. Let us take a moment to make our own good wishes. Sappe Buddha Parapata Pacheka Nanchayang Balang Arahanta Nanchate Chenarakam Pantami Sapaso Sappaputtanupavena Sappathammanupavena Sappasanghanupavena Saddhasodhi Up, 1, 2, 3. Now, very gently and at your own pace, opening your eyes. Take your time as we slowly come back. You can take in a few deep breaths, do a little stretch if you'd like, as we slowly come back. How is everyone feeling? Take a moment to notice how you feel right now that we finish the meditation. As of course, some days it's very wonderful, some days it's almost okay. Both are great. As each time we meditate, it's always a brand new session, a brand new experience. Allow yourself to experience it. Alright, very good. See lots of thumbs up, lots of smiles. No, the reason why I give you guys this level 4 to experience longer silence. For some of us, we've never done it before. Some of us, it's a regular thing now, and you know that you like it. This is why it's good to practice together. And having that extra silence helps us go in deeper. Sometimes also easier to go in deeper. Oh, I see more people have come in. Hello, Pooh. Hello, Mom, and let's see. I see hello, Bennett and PT on Facebook. Also, I think. Oh, I said hello to you guys. Very glad you guys are here. So, as always, I'm always very glad to be here with you all, and I give you all the opportunity to ask questions after we finish, as always. So, for today, I see a question already on YouTube. But as always, for those here on Zoom, you can also turn on your mic or type in the chat the question or on the comments. So with the first question, hello Hakuzo, he's saying, what is the youngest age a monk is allowed to ordain? Okay, in this case, there are two age groups. The first one is full-fledged monk, as in like myself, to have the 227 precepts. Yeah, we have a lot. As that for this kind of monk, like a fully adult monk, we usually ask for someone who is at least 20 years old. Though the age of 20, sometimes for some temples, they add in 9 months while you're in the womb also. So you might be 19 and a half, something like that. So they give you that benefit. We usually ask for someone who is an adult because being a monk, it is actually quite challenging. Some people think, what's the challenge? You have not experienced it before, but it's actually quite challenging. And due to that challenge, we want people who are adults ready to make their decisions correctly, because we know that while you are in the robes, you had the opportunity to do a lot of goodness, but also at the same time, you can also make a very big mistake and do a lot of bad too. Because it's like you're wearing the garment of I'm doing good, so people will trust that garment, that cloth that we're wearing. So while you're wearing it, you should be practicing the best you can. At the same time, if you're not doing what you should be, you can make people feel like, oh, monks are not great. So, but because we know that monks are human also, they're not going to be perfect, but they should be striving for it, working toward it the best they can be. So we usually ask for them to be adults first. Then the second age group is kid monks, or I call it kid monk. It's actually, we call them novice monks. They will have 10 precepts. So it's a good training course before deciding to become a full-fledged monk. And in this case, for the 10 precept monks, the novice monks, it's the age where the youngest is the youngest age you are able to care for yourself. Because even as a kid, it's challenging. So if you are 7 years old and you're able to take care of yourself, as in you know how to do everything, and you're able to use the restroom on your own, care for yourself, wash yourself, then you're ready. Then that's okay. It's an age level that's okay. But at the same time, because they're kids, we're also always careful in caring for them. So it's a little bit different. As our temple is always saying, please have them be at an age that they can care for themselves and they're not too scared to be away from their parents. So usually that's how it is. As sometimes you'll see very young children go and ordain. It also depends. Like for example, in Buddhist countries, in some cases, young children ordain because their family can't afford to take care of them, and it's also for education because when they go to the temple, the monks will teach them. But in other countries, uh, it's more of an opportunity to practice Buddhism, to learn about Buddhism, and see what monk life is like. Also in Thailand, it's a way of showing gratitude to your parents. So that's kind of a thing that we do. Yeah, thank you for your question. So Kenyon says, did your parents meditate before you? If so, did it help them when report cards were mailed? Actually, I was a pretty good student for the most part. And yes, my parents did meditate before, and we all kind of joined the temple together. Uh, I was about 11 when we joined this temple and started to become true temple goers. And yes, I there were times where I wasn't super great, but I was very lucky that my parents always encouraged me, do the best you can. If you screw up, well, you screwed up. So do better. All right, continue to work to get better. You know, so they were always allowing us to do it. At the same time, the very Asian thing, oh, you could have done better. You know, a little bit of a passive aggressive. Hey, come on, you could do better. We know you can do better, but they wouldn't be extremely mad to the point where sometimes we say the A minus is an Asian F. This is a common joke, but yes, of course, they're always expect you to do the best you can and hopefully do very well. But they also look at reality. There are some of us are good at something, some of us are not so great at others. It's okay. Do the best you can. So I was very lucky. Oh, right. Pooh says, "Hello, LP. This is Puto. Secret and yes. Oh yes, Puto. While meditating, if we are upset with someone and the mind is too preoccupied with the negative encounters or someone's negative qualities, what are some good ways to stop these negative thoughts during meditation?" Yes, this will definitely come up a lot. So whenever we have these feelings where it's very negative, you keep on thinking about this one person or this thing. First thing is reset. Having your mind thinking about it is not going to be great. So one way to reset is to just reset or restart, to just open your eyes for a bit, let yourself kind of reset and look at something. That's why I like to have a video playing in the background when I meditate. That way it's something to look at to help us kind of start to change the subject in your mind. To go from, this person or this thing to, nice, beautiful background, something to just relax, take it easy. Okay. To get back to that sabai feeling. And then, if you're able to, start to either forgive or simply not think about it for right now. Because during meditation, it's time for us to clear our thoughts, to help us let go. But of course, if it's something that's very near and very annoying to you, frustrating you, it does tend to hold on tightly. So continue to adjust. Try your best to use the mantra, the meditation object, to help us focus on something else instead. That's why we use that focus point. This is how to start. If in the end it's not helping, have your eyes open as you meditate. Or take a break for a bit. Do something else. Because it's important to have some time to, we call it the buffer or transition period. The time before you meditate, which is the time where you're in regular daily life and then moving into meditation time. Because yes, sometimes in daily life really do tend to really kind of eke and hold on, and you hold on to it. So then it's good to do something else first. One thing that I like to do is I like to play like a favorite song, some music that I like, something nice. Go out into nature if it's warm enough. Right now here in Georgia and most of the US, it's very cold. And by the way, next week it's going to be colder. I heard there's going to be another polar vortex. So stay warm, everyone. Okay? So we do what we know that works for us. Everyone's a little bit different. Something that makes you feel, okay, I'm alright. Or even just to lighten up your mood. Something pretty to look at, suppose. Or even a silly game on your phone or something like that that helps you go, okay, I'm all right. Everyone's different. That little bit can be quite helpful to help you just start to let go even a little bit. Makes it easier when we meditate. But if you end up still thinking about them, the next thing to do is to spread loving kindness. Instead of thinking of them and going, angry, the more angry that they seem to make you feel, send them more and more love as best you can. It's okay. Oh, I love you. Send you the good love. Send you the energy. You'll start to let go a lot easier. I was talking to some friends today, and we were talking about how it's so easy to get angry about different situations. At the time, we were talking about sound and noise. It's like if you're driving and someone cuts you off, you can take it two different ways. At first, we can be very angry. What are you doing? That's dangerous. Why are you doing this? Very angry. And now you're all heated up. Compared to, let's think of it differently. Maybe they didn't do that on purpose. They're rushing to get to the hospital. Maybe their wife is pregnant and into labor, or they need to get something. They had a really bad day and they just weren't paying attention. It's a very different feel. It's just like that. So we start to send that love. And one of my friend, he's Catholic. He said he gives them a blessing. He's I don't know I don't know the motion. I'm sorry, but he does that prayer motion. He's like giving them a blessing, and I said, yeah, that's really good. So it's about changing that mindset as best we can. It's not always easy, but that's why we practice. And actually, this is a very good way to help you practice dealing with it in the little things like, okay, starting to change the mindset. See, in a different way. They're not always purposely trying to do that. Sometimes it's not on purpose. Sometimes it's an accident. They're rushing to do something else, and then, oh, okay. So it's making that adjustment, and then it'll start to get easier and easier. Okay. Oh, here, let me get back to YouTube first. Hello, Hakuzo. He says, "What has been your greatest struggle so far this year?" My greatest struggle so far, for at least this year, oddly, was my sugar intake. Unintentionally, just enjoy eating too much. So I'm slowly going backward on that, and then slowly going back to, so pretty much caring for my health. That's been since the year just started. It's only been 2 months so far. I've noticed I need to get back on the health train, and it's it's partially due to uh, working a lot. And of course, when you're working a lot, you do start to stress out. I have a little mini stress, and then I just start to enjoy a little snack here and there, and then go, "Oh, wait a minute." So, yes, so that happens. Everyone has something they're working on. So whatever it is that you're working on, don't be totally mad at yourself. Just, okay, now I'm aware. Let's start to make that adjustment. Okay, back to Pat. She says, what does Buddhism say about someone who passes away with a mental disorder like psychosis? Does this mental state continue on to their next life? Okay, this one I'll have to go ask another monk or some masters. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I would think that it's not necessarily passed on directly. It's more of the karma, depending on their karma. Uh, it will either, I would believe it would be less, just because you're artist you during the time that you are dealing with your mental problems, you're not likely you're going to be doing more harm to others, because why you got there is due to making fun of people like that. It usually starts off like that. You're making fun of someone's intelligence, making fun of someone's um, uh, frustrations and this and that. It's where, sadly, a lot of our bad karma tends to come from our mouth, from what we say, how we act, and what we do to people. So I will, just because I know this information, I would feel that this karma will probably lower as the next lifetime goes by. But it's like with karma, it doesn't quite wash away. So it's always just depending on the combination of karma that you have, depending on how heavy it was in the previous lifetime, it might linger for several lifetimes, or it might be just a little bit, and then you're able to move on and no longer have this problem. Uh, for example, in my own personal life, my I nearly died about 18 years ago. And I had to get a surgery to cut out this very dangerous disease that I caught. I had no idea. It was a flesh-eating bacteria, and I had it in my leg, and they cut it out. We asked our master, and he said, "Yes, it's a very old karma from many many lifetimes ago. So some masters are able to see past lifetimes." And he told me, "Yes, in that lifetime I was a hunter, and I had like a trap that would grab animals." And he said, "This karma is very 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 little. Like think of it like compared to a giant amount of karma, it's like what's left of it is like crumbs." Now, that's just my wording, okay? It's like very very little. He said, and then he added an extra remark. Last lifetime was much worse than this one. And I'm like, I had so much difficulty I had to deal with that I thinking back, my goodness, if it was worse than this lifetime, how bad was it? Which I'm glad I'm not dealing with it in this lifetime. But uh, this is just a thing. It's all just depending on our combination of karma, because it's like water and salt. And the flavor of the water is whatever the concentration is. As long as we continue adding more water, the salt loses its flavor, or at least dilutes. You can't taste it as much. But as you start using up more and more water, or worse, you add more salt, it definitely gets saltier. So that's why we continue to do our best to keep doing good as best we can. Because in the end, we're human. We're not perfect. Oh, who says, what are some ways to purify our karma if it's mental distress or changes or illness? Okay, so a lot of it is when it comes to our mental illnesses or things uh, about our intellect and this and that. A lot of it is by offering or making like what like in our temple we say we offer a scholarship, very much a fund to help with education. This is one thing you can do. It doesn't have to be a temple. You can go and help donate uh for grants and donate for a scholarship, other funds like that if you'd like to. There are many organizations that do it, and they'll be very glad that you'd like to donate and help someone who really needs it. Or you can go to your church, your temple, make a donation. As for our temple, we have that because a lot of our monks don't speak English, so then it's a donation to help them go out and get to study. As we don't really have an income, we we do what we can with the donation. So this is just another example. Another one is you yourself practicing meditation, as we believe that meditation helps purify the mind and also brings about wisdom as our mind becomes more clean and clear. And this one you can start to experience in this lifetime. Uh, Another is offering of candles and or light. It's like a way of literally bringing light to the darkness, as in whenever you don't know, it's like you giving them the opportunity to find out. As especially during the Buddhist time or during the time where the monks were out in the forest, having a candle is very, very helpful to be able to read or see. So that's why that continues to be something that they like to use as a way of offering for wisdom and uh, intellect. As the benefits of doing goodness, there are three main things. So this is a little Buddhism to share with you guys. The three main ways to make merit or goodness is generosity, keeping your precepts or morality, and bhavana, purifying the mind. So we believe that each of them have a wonderful benefit. If you are generous by giving, you gain wealth. It comes to you automatically. It's just the law of karma. It always happens that way. When does it happen is a different story, depending on the quality. Keeping precepts or morality is really you not harming others, and not harming anyone, including yourself, brings good health. And this is why some people are born very, very healthy. Some people maybe have a lot of ailments. Sometimes their precepts weren't very, very pure. Sometimes maybe doing a lot of harm in another lifetime. Okay, so this is just an example. And then the last one, purifying the mind through meditation, bhavana. That brings wisdom. Why some people are just so very bright, so smart, so easy to understand things. They've done a lot of meditation in their lifetime. While some people, not so bright, need more time, they didn't practice as much, so they don't have this particular quality of merit. So that's why we do these three things. Can't do just one or the other. If you only do just generosity, great, you might become very wealthy, but unfortunately sickly and maybe not very bright. And you can't do just morality and just be good to everyone. You might, I guess the good thing would be you'll have a lot of friends, you'll be very healthy, but you might not be you might not be able to care for yourself, not enough wealth to care for yourselves, and maybe not very wise. And then you can't just meditate and find wisdom. You'll be very wise, but suddenly not very strong or not, or very sickly or something like that. So that's why it's important to do all of them, not just one. Okay, so that's just a little extra Dharma wisdom today, as we are way over the time limit, or at least the usual time. But as you guys are all still interested, I see another question came up on YouTube. Hello, Akazo. It said, would making a purchase be considered giving or just a karmic exchange? Actually, making a purchase in general would just be, you could say it's somewhat of a karmic exchange, but it's very, very little because it's more trading in this time right now. So quite literally instant. You could say it's instant karma, because you're the only other karma that would pop up in here is if the seller or the buyer is purposely trying to cheat the other, then you can have some negative karma. So in general, it's just simply, here, we trade you this for that, and then you guys are okay with it. It's done there. It's not a big deal. But it's more of a, let's say, here, I'll give you this much for that, but it's actually worth a lot more than what you're asking for. Then and this is with the intention of trying to cheat them, like a scammer. That would not be. There's some karma there. Okay, all right. Thank you all for all your questions. Today was fun. And of course, as always, if you'd like to ask more questions, feel free to send me an email, send me a text. I'm always very glad to get to connect with all of you. Or join us here on Zoom, because afterward I do end the stream for our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and then we can continue on Zoom if you'd like. So for now, I'd like to give you all a blessing before we go. May you all be blessed with happiness, good health, wealth, success in your lives. May you be surrounded by good friends who will always guide you into light, in times of darkness and in times of need. And when you close your eyes to meditate, may you attain inner peace easily and quickly in every lifetime. So thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you're watching from. And remember, a smile a day keeps the stress away. So everyone, keep smiling, and let's brighten up the world together. So for everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, see you guys next time. For those on Zoom, feel free to stay longer if you'd like to chat. Take care.